Well, what's up guys? This is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and I'm out here working on a deer feeder this evening, trying to get things ready for deer season. It is bow season here in Oklahoma. Deer season has started. I'm not bow hunting yet, but that's mostly because, well, the youth rifle season is mid-October, and I'm kind of holding off waiting to let Emily get her first shot at a deer. I'll let her hunt first this year, and then I'm going to take some time off and bow hunt quite a bit after that. But I'm out getting a feeder running. I've had some problems keeping feeders going. There's always it's always either a battery or a motor or something's going on with the feeders, but yeah, it is what it is. But one of my favorite things to do that involves deer hunting and deer season involves those little cameras right there. Game cameras, trail cameras, whatever you want to call them. I love running trail cameras on my property. And if you guys followed, if you've been a subscriber for very long, you can go back and look at old videos. Last winter, we did a ton of just different kinds of trail camera videos trying to get pictures of coyotes and bobcats. We even got otters on camera one time, a lot of different stuff. But when it pertains to deer hunting, I absolutely love running cameras because it lets me put eyes in the woods in different places all around my property, and I can kind of see what's going on out there. And I just enjoy it. I love it. It's a lot of fun. Now, a few weeks ago, or well, maybe a month or so ago, Steven from QLF, which is Quality Liquid Feeds, invited us down to their facility in Texas to look at their molasses protein tubs and bring some back home and test out with our goats. And I kind of thought, yeah, maybe we could try that with deer too. But what I didn't know until I got down there was how big of a deer hunter Steven is. And Steven and his business partner had a business that made deer products way before they ever sold their company to QLF. They were a totally different company. So we got to talking, and Steven sent me home with a ton of different products that they use for deer. And I didn't want to just show all that stuff in the beginning because I was like, I mean, I'm pretty old-fashioned. I put out corn for my deer. Corn works. Corn attracts deer. Corn feeds the deer. It's easy to get them in and come and eat corn. But there's a lot of other products on the market, and Steven sent us home with several different ones. We've been testing all these out, and I put out several different trail cameras. I've got cameras all over the place right now just testing this stuff out. And most of the ones I put out are this Big Daddy. Man, this thing is like, I want to say it's 40 pounds. It's a cooked molasses tub with acorns, or as we say in Oklahoma, acorns. And then I've also been testing out some of these little Acorn Inferno small ones. They're, I think this one is 3.7 pounds, but it has a string and it hangs from a tree. So they're actually working really well. I'll show you a few clips of some trail camera pictures and things. But let's drive over. I want to show you the first one I put out. It's way off in the timber, and you'll be surprised by the results, I think. So as you can see, we're way back in the timber, and this is actually a new road, a new trail that I cut through my property. This is just thick timber. You can barely walk through it. But when I had the Kubota skid steer and that big heavy duty brush cutter, I cut several new roads in through the timber like this, and this gives the deer a comfortable path to walk. Deer are lazy. They will avoid, you know, going through something that's hard to get through and take an easy trail. So this would be a great place to put up a stand or something. But before I did, I came in here and I put out one of the Big Daddy blocks. It's got acorns and all kinds of good stuff in it. So it's just, you can see what's left of it. It doesn't look very big right now. The deer have absolutely hammered this thing, and I put a trail camera up right here. This is a totally new area that I haven't hunted. I mean, I have not hunted right here. I hadn't put corn out or anything. I put that block out, and as you'll see, I'll just show you the clips. The deer found this thing the first day that I put it out, and they've been hammering it ever since. So that's like a cooked molasses block. It's hard, just like the molasses tubs. It's not a pressed block. Like a lot of places you can get a pressed block that's like it's almost like a granola bar. And the first time it rains, they kind of turn to mush. And the deer and things like them, but they turn to mush. They don't last very long. These blocks are gonna last several weeks, maybe a month or two. I'm not sure yet, but as you can see by the pictures and the video clips, the deer, I mean, they love it. Now, that's not really something that, in my opinion, that block's not something I'm gonna put out just to hunt over. That's really just something that I can put in front of a trail camera and get good data, get good pictures of what's in the area. And that's what I'm using it for. So this is the food plot that you guys saw me plant a few weeks ago. I've got a wheat and rye mix over here, and then there's kind of a road. It's all green right now, it's hard to tell. Everything came up really, really well, and then it kind of got dry for a couple weeks. We did get a little bit of rain today, and it's supposed to rain tonight, so we should be getting some more rain on our food plot. But here's what I did. I took another one of these Big Daddy blocks, and so there's the trail that goes up through the timber. That kind of leads up and ties into the trail we were on a few minutes ago. But where that trail comes out, this trail right here is where Emily, the buck that she shot last year, basically came down this exact trail, walked right out of this field, and she shot him about right there where that limb's laying on the ground. So I came in and put another block on the ground right here. Gemma's licking on it. Bear, I don't need your help right now. The dogs, listen, the dogs follow me when I'm out in the woods. They're out here all the time. Probably not the best thing in the world for the deer, because it kind of may spook the deer some, but they get so used to these dogs' scent. But I mean, clearly Gemma thinks the block tastes good. It's got lots of sugar in it, huh, Gemma? So put a camera here, and I know it's kind of hard to tell, but at least in theory, where this camera is, you know, we're kind of at the back of the field. Let me line up, kind of show you guys. It's hard to get a reference on camera. So that trail camera points at the food plot where the trail comes down. So again, we're not necessarily trying to make a buck come here every day and eat, but if the buck is traveling through the timber, scent checking some does, looking for a doe that may be coming in heat, or just wanting to check the field and see what's out there, he's going to come down this trail, probably stop there, smell around, because the does, the does just love it. They stay there for hours, it seems like. So that buck's going to be drawn to that spot, and we'll get a picture of him. So let's see what's on that camera. So as I was saying, those two blocks are the Big Daddy. It's a cooked molasses block, basically, with acorns all in it. And I misspoke earlier. I think I told you they're 40 pounds. They're heavy. They're not 40 pounds. They're 25 pounds. And they come in the tub. So basically, all you have to do is rip the tab off, take the lid off, and then when you slam this down on the ground, it pops free and you lift it off, and you never actually have to touch the product, which is pretty good for scent control. And same thing with the licking log. I haven't used the licking log yet, but there's a look at it. This one's 10 pounds, so it's a little bit smaller, not as heavy. This one doesn't have the acorns in it. Now, I do have a camera on one of these. This one's called the Acorn Inferno, and that sun is getting bright behind me as the sun sets. I apologize. Acorn Inferno. This one's pretty cool. It's a little smaller. 3.7 pounds. Now, this is the one I was telling you has a string on it. So the theory, it's got a string, and it's also got the acorns infused into it. So the theory is find I've got to turn. I'm sorry. I can't stand that sun like that. It bugs me. So the theory with this one is you find a good low-hanging branch, and you can hang this up at head height for the deer, and then they'll come along and lick on it. Now, I'm testing one of these out, and I'm getting lots of pictures. I haven't got any pictures of them actually licking the thing yet, but they're sweet. I mean, they're made with a lot of corn syrup and cane syrup and a lot of things that they're just sweet. Like I said, this is an attractant, but we've got a lot of wild pigs in our area. You guys know, we've shown you that, talked about that. Now, the problem you have with wild pigs, you attract the deer, the pigs come too. Well, this is something you can hang at a height to where the pigs couldn't necessarily mess with it, but the deer could come along and lick on that. But let's roll some clips from the trail camera where one of these are hanging. I mean, you can see the pigs, it goes way over the top of the pig's head. The deer come in and they're all around it. I don't have a feeder there. I put out a little bit of corn to start, but I think that sweet smell of this thing keeps attracting them just close to the area. So I've got one other thing that Steven sent home with me that I've been testing out a little bit, and I'm not really sold on it, but I think it has a place if you're looking to just attract deer in. Now, everything else that I've shown you, the blocks and stuff, to me are like a long-term thing that you could put out in front of a camera that you probably aren't going to go check on a daily or maybe even a weekly basis. You could leave those out for several weeks. So in an area way off in the timber that you don't want to mess with, you want to stay out of, those blocks would be good for that. But the last thing is this, it's called Catalyst, and basically it's corn syrup with Acorn infused scents. So it's a Catalyst deer attractant slurry, real white Acorn. So basically this is just a liquid product. QLF makes it, quality liquid feeds. They make all kinds of stuff for cattle and dairies and all that stuff. This is just kind of a spin off of that probably. Very sweet. It smells, I mean, it smells delicious. And if it didn't say on the package, not for human consumption, I'd test it out for you, but I'm sure Steven and the guys at QLF would be like, oh my, we can't do that. It's for animal use only. But the theory is you just take the Catalyst liquid, oh, it smells like candy really to me. It's very sweet smelling. Anyways, the theory is you just, sounds like something's getting eaten along the creek. Anyways, bag of corn, just plain old deer corn here. You're just basically making that sweeter so the deer can smell it. I'm not gonna pour a whole package. I've got about 20 pounds of corn. I'm gonna put about half of that package of. So you don't have to pour this on corn. You can pour it on a stump, a log. You can pour it on one of your blocks when you first put your block out, so it just kind of attracts everything to it faster. But I mixed that in there on the corn. I poured it on the corn. Mix it up like that and then just pour it straight out on the ground for the deer. And the theory here, at least in my little small brain, the theory here is you're sweetening the corn so the deer find it faster. So if you got a new area and you're trying to get pictures of deer, you know, before, it may take them a little while to find just regular corn because it doesn't put off a lot of odor, a lot of smell. Put some of this nice sweet Catalyst on there and then dump your corn out. The deer will find it sooner. So there you have it, just testing out a few products for QLF, but this is a totally separate line from just QLF feeds and the molasses tubs and stuff. You can find their products on a different website. It's called ignitethehunt.com. I'll leave a link in the description box down below. So the guys at Ignite the Hunt, which is part of QLF, Quality Liquid Feeds, basically said, hey, if you'll test some of these products out, if your subscribers are interested in buying any of this stuff, we'll give you a coupon code. So you can go to their website. Like I said, it'll be a link in the description box down below. Sometimes you have to slow down. Anyways, coupon code ARMS25. They're giving you guys 25% off anything on the deer line of their products. Now, the only catch is if you're going to buy them through ignitethehunt.com, you have to buy them by the case, which for the Big Daddy, which is the 25-pound block, a case is 1. I think with the licking log, it's 2. So you may have to buy multiple, but you're saving 25%. Now, if you don't want to spend the money and buy a case of whatever product it is, you can find these on Amazon. They said they sell all these products on their Amazon site, so you can find them there. I'll leave a link to that if you don't want to buy them at 25% off, which that's a big savings to me. And the last thing, I know I'm gonna get questions, and that is because I always get asked, what kind of trail cameras are you running? What kind of trail cameras do you use? Well, I bought a few new ones to test out all these products because I had cameras on my deer feeders and they needed more trail cameras. So I bought Covert Black Viper. So all the pictures and video clips you saw today were from this Covert Black Viper. And if I can find them on Amazon, I'll leave a link in the description box down below. It's a 20 megapixel trail camera, also does video. I don't go too fancy when it comes to trail cameras. Guys nowadays go out and they spend $300-400 or more dollars on trail cameras that have cell phone signal, and they text their pictures to their phone, and I don't do all that. I'm like a low to mid-range trail camera guy because people like to walk off with them. If anyone ever comes on your property and sees a trail camera, they're gone. So I think that's like $130-140 camera or something, maybe a little bit more than that, not too much. So good mid-range camera. When it comes to trail cameras, I don't see the point in going way super high end because it's not like I'm taking pictures that I'm trying to frame on the wall. I just want to see what's out here in the woods so I can bring my kids out here and we can enjoy time together hunting and watching these animals and then harvesting the deer and having their meat to put in our freezer and all that stuff. I just love it. I enjoy it. So anyways, guys, I apologize if you think this is too salesy, but I'm testing out some products for a company that asked me to test them out. And we're actually working on another product test for them that's not out, has no label, that has no waste. I'll tell you that. Where these all have plastic, the new one they're coming out with, or they're testing out, has no trash. There's just no waste. It doesn't have a plastic thing. The deer consume the whole product. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I guess that's about it. That's gonna wrap it up for today. It's obviously still hoodie season here in Oklahoma. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 30s, which means I probably should be in the woods hunting and not talking to the camera, but oh well. Anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today. Be sure to check the description box down below for links. Coupon code ARMS25 on all of the Ignite the Hunt products. If you're into the trail camera stuff, one thing, be sure to check with your local state laws as to whether or not you can bait for deer. Some states allow to bait year-round. Some states allow you to bait only not during hunting season, or so far from where you're hunting, or so far from your stand. Different things. Be sure to know the laws in your area. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video.